Aw, the Goonies, Boba Tea, what a cute couple on this Valentine's week. Love Hurts is directed by Jonathan Eusebio and is a action romance movie. So, what did we think about it? Well, let's talk about the categories and give it a score. Acting. So, Huy Quan is, well, Huy Quan. He's absolutely phenomenal in this role. He plays this real estate agent who may have a dark past, and he's trying to kind of forget about it and move forward with his life. He does a great job at being that everyman, that guy that everyone loves in the neighborhood type of person, and just because everyone likes Huy Quan, and yeah, he's great. Ariana DeBose is also in this film, and I had no issues in particular with it. I do feel like sometimes her line delivery is kind of stale, but for the most part, her performance didn't bother me, but it also didn't shock or surprise me. But there is one person in this film that to me steals the show, and that's Mustafa Shakur, who is brilliant. He plays a hitman in this film, and without giving anything away, he was my favorite part about it. The way he talks, his character's motives, everything that's told within this short runtime with this character and how he portrays this character, chef's kiss. Everyone else is kind of just okay. Marshawn Lynch is in this movie, and he's decent. I did appreciate that he did tackle someone while saying beast mode. It's kind of corny, but I kind of enjoyed it. Overall, I think it's okay. One really great standout performance. One performance that I really knew that was what we're probably going to get. And everyone else kind of just falls in line is okay. So that's why I'm only going to give it a half a star out of 1 within this category. Visuals. Action films live, die, and breathe through the visual look of how they're telling their story. Especially when it comes to the action set pieces. And now we have another stunt performer who is directing a movie that's an action movie, a kill 'em all type of movie, right? And it's interesting. For the most part, you're going to get what you normally get with the visual aspects of the film that you would kind of expect when it comes to a action movie nowadays, where there's someone in a room, there's people attacking him, and there's camera whip pans, there's camera follows, there's all this other nonsense stuff. You get it here. Not to say that it's bad. The camera work is pretty good, I'm not going to lie. There's a microwave shot, and that's really great. But there are some moments in this film where the CGI or the practical effects look really bad. Like, you ever go to the store, like a dollar store, and you get those fake teeth? I'm pretty sure that's where they got those fake teeth. If you haven't seen it, you won't know. If you have seen it, you probably do know. So with all that being said, I'm only going to give it a half a star out of 1. I don't really think that there's anything earth-shattering or mind-bending when it comes to the visual aspect of this film. And of course, with some pretty shoddy CGI as well as some pretty bad practical effects, I can't give too much love for it, so I'm going to give it a half a star out of 1 within this category. Audio. Again, I'm a very simple human being. I can love an aspect of a film for the most minute details, and in this film, they got me. Of course, you get your prototypical love songs here and there. You have a generic action score here and there, but what really stands out is the look in the internal mind. A story about a man changing his life for the better. You get more insight into his mind by him basically having conversations with himself. You as the audience hears that, and you can kind of understand his motives without him having to tell someone else his motives. This goes on for pretty much most of the cast. Like, pretty much most of the cast has internal thoughts that you can hear, especially the main cast, and it helps. It drives the narrative forward without having to have needless conversations that are bouncing around just to get to a singular point. You have a few lines, internal thoughts. It works. I really enjoyed it. Full star out of 1 within this category. Story. So my biggest issue with the films that are coming out after John Wick, this whole trend, is that they don't feel self-contained. They want to so badly replicate the fire that John Wick has. They want the spin-offs. They want the sequels. They want the TV shows. They want all of it in a bag of chips, but, well, it sometimes hurts the film. They add too many layers to a film, and it kind of gets a little muddied throughout the whole entire thing, and you're wondering, well, now I have to wait for another couple years to understand XYZ. Here, you don't get it. Everything's straightforward, everything is fast-paced, and it's just quick and easy. The small scale of this film that has bigger ramifications for just these people's lives makes it more grounded, more human as you can get while watching people getting murdered. So I give kudos for that. But with this good, its pacing is really good until the ending, because the last few minutes of the film when it's wrapping up feels like if you were late somewhere and you need to tie your shoes, so you tie them real fast, and by the time you get to the place you need to get to, you walk a little bit, your shoes become untied because you didn't do it properly. That's how I feel about the ending. It wraps up so quickly, you just can't really sit with the decisions. You can't really sit with what happens. You kind of just go, okay. I like the film, but I just feel like the ending is just so rushed. So that's why I'm only going to get a half a star out of 1 within this category. Enjoyment. I love some visual aspects. I love some acting performances. The audio is really good. The story is really good, but it's too fast at times when it needs to kind of slow it down. Just like Huy Quan does in this movie as a human being. He slows his roll, becomes a real estate agent. They needed to do that, and yeah. The bad practical effects, the shoddy CGI here and there, it really messed with my mind because I really wanted to like this film. About halfway through, I said, wow, this is actually really entertaining. And then just some bad things happened. So that's why I'm only going to give it a half a star out of 1 within this category. So if you're keeping track at home, that means Love Hurts gets 3 out of 5 stars. I think the film is mediocre.